Well, if you've listened to any part of my channel, um, you'd know I've been talking about a smoking addiction. And addictions are really, really amazing things to try and understand. If you have a smoking addiction, you could be the poorest person on the planet and always find a smoke. And if you want to check out statistically and mathematically, I'm pretty sure cigarettes are probably more expensive than oil. It could be more expensive than diamonds and gold, and you're smoking it and it's gone. That, and yet the poorest person on the planet can afford to find and attract a cigarette, practically instantly. So what's interesting about addictions is the power it has to create an end result and the speed at which it works. So to experience an addiction is, you know, people would judge it to be a bad experience, but for me, I'm kind of really, really grateful for the experience because it shows me that all I have to do is switch what I get addicted to and develop an addiction with that much intensity into a different result, and I'd be guaranteed that that end result will work. The What is the difference then between a smoking addiction and an addiction to a different result? And how can I say this? Um, One basically will contradict the other. What you want in your life, um, you can't get addicted to that because in one way, shape, or form, you've got an addiction that contradicts that from being a reality. And you can't really see that yet. Um, but addictions are thoughts. You addictively want to believe in a concept, and that concept leads you to have an addictive behavior of some kind. You could be going for a coffee all the time. You know, just check out the little quirky things that you do addictively. You have to do something. And we're now seeing this human behavior, and the medical community is actually profiting off of it by naming it an illness, and it's gaining more intensity as the generations increase this thought. But it's what is it? Obsessive compulsive disorders. Um, and what happens genetically is if I'm addicted, let's say, to having everything perfect, then my offspring will have an even higher intensity, but we'll never see the same pattern. They'll never see that I am just as obsessive at everything perfect as my mother, but I have been labeled with an obsessive compulsive disorder. So, the medical community could say that I have the same addiction as my mother, but I'll hate my mother while she's doing it, but I won't see that I'm doing it myself, even though a doctor has just diagnosed me with the same behavior. It is that insane. And that's part of where I'm kind of like perplexed, is that while one person's addiction is acceptable, another person's addiction isn't acceptable. A smoking addiction is not acceptable. where an addiction to money is an acceptable thing. You could be addicted to coffee. And that's a like everybody wants coffee. As long as the world agrees that coffee's a good thing, then having an addiction to drinking coffee, I mean, you might want to question why you even need to drink coffee in the first place. Like the body doesn't need it. So why is it you need it? Why is it we've got a global addiction to coffee? If not to stimulate more energy, doesn't it give you more energy? And then somebody can, consume your energy by getting you to buy more stuff. I mean, there's a reason why you're drinking coffee, and you don't know why. You haven't woken up to that level of awareness that somebody wants you to be addicted to coffee. Well, they want you to think it's your idea. You want the coffee. But somebody's gaining a lot of profit. Somebody's highly addicted to money. And in order to be, successful at their addiction and be accepted by society, they got to get you addicted to their product and make it think that you are the one that really, really wants it. Smoking is the same thing. They did that with smoking. And the way that they increased their marketing, women didn't smoke back in the 20s or 30s. And they ended up getting a bunch of really wealthy women to, while there was some kind of big talk, public talk, these women pulled a cigarette from under their skirts and lit up a cigarette in public, which was really, really taboo. And these really wealthy women ended up saying something that said it made them feel, like they had a penis, which meant that, because women don't have rights, they couldn't even own land, I'm sure, back then, but they came from wealthy families, basically, or whatever. Anyways, in general, there was a suggestion made out there that, really successful, wealthy females made the suggestion that this will make you feel more powerful. The rights that you are not getting, this will make you feel like you get those rights if you only had this cigarette. And all of a sudden, the tobacco industry increased. So somebody gained a lot of wealth off of killing it, off of an addiction. And the more the population is, like we're just escalating our addictions in so many different ways. Anyways, to deal with my smoking addiction, while a lot of people think that addictions are bad, I'm really, really grateful because I can see that level of intensity and the instant that the result happens. All I have to do is shift that into something else that I want. And this happens, this is like the golden rule. This is not a no, test this out and see if it works for you. This is just kind of observe if anybody has an addiction, do they not gain a result? Do they not get what they want to attract in their life practically instantly? And all they had to do is have an addictive feeling, sensation to it. I mean, it works all the time. Anybody that's a drug addict finds drugs, can attract drugs basically instantly. So it's not a matter, does this work? Go out and do your homework. Go out and find somebody that's an addict of something and see how much opportunity they actually have at attracting it. What do they got to do to get it? And do they always make sure? Is everything always in place? Do they always get their universe exactly where they need everything to happen so that they can attract it instantly, basically? There's always a way. One way or another, there's always a way with everybody that's dealing with any form of an addiction. So, Go check that out and check out anybody's addiction and find out how long do they have to go before they can attract exactly what it is they want. And if you find that this happens all the time, all the time, all the time, then all we have to do is get addicted to creating a better world. You know, like, first of all, you have to know what that end result is. Kind of have an idea. In general, world peace means everybody on the planet is experiencing their own personal version of peace. Not my version, but your version. So we can't disagree with that. I would like to hear anybody disagree with that one, because everybody wins if that description of world peace is out there. I also believe that world peace means we're not suffering from any kind of illnesses anymore. Illness is not what we think it is, and the causes that end up killing us will be gone, because it's been proven. I've tested it out. It exists. You just don't know the information, but the possibility is there. So that's what world peace is. Who would disagree with that? That if it was possible to create world peace where everybody on the planet is enjoying their version of peace and you end up being healthy, would that not be a good description of world peace? Well, I can see that it's possible. So if I become addicted to just knowing that's going to happen, then just like every addiction, that outcome is a guarantee. So, my smoking addiction is one of the things that's stopping me from having this addiction. One is contradicting the other. As long as I have a smoking addiction, which basically, I know, everybody on the planet knows, every time I have a cigarette, I know a cigarette can kill. So for me to smoke means dying is an option. It's like I'm on a path to my own death and I'm having that cigarette to my death. I mean, that's got to be pretty obvious to everyone. I mean, when you know all of this shit that I know of, it's in your face. It's been my face every day. Every time I have a cigarette now, I know, oh, okay, I'm smoking because for some reason there's a wish to, I'd rather be dead. This will kill me, and cigarettes is the way to go. And if you see anybody, drinking, doing drugs, anything that at the end of the day will do harm to your body, and I mean, you have to use a little bit of common sense. If you're smoking, I mean, this could be even pot. Sorry, hate to say it, because yeah, pot does do a lot of curing, but excessively is hard on the lungs. So even that, you got to know you got a death wish. So, and why is that? It's because cruel world. I'm not depressed. I'm just kind of waking up and seeing that everybody's doing everything to kill themselves, even me. And today's the day that I'm going to quit. And it's because of everybody that views my channel and the support, because you've shown me there are people worth living on the planet for. And now I'm going to try and get addicted to a different outcome. This website, and I mean, we got to just get to work. There's lots of shit, lots of information on not war but peace now. So lots of things to look forward to. Today I'm going to enjoy breathing fresh air and getting healthy and choosing life instead of death. I hope everybody else is with me. Peace out.